Hey guys, okay, so it definitely has been a while, and I'll give you a quick reason, and that's just been, I haven't bought any new gear. All my money's getting sunk into my car for Christmas here, and, I have to pay off half and whatever, so it's been busy, I'm sorry. Videos will pick back up as Christmas comes along. I'll probably get a few things, having to do with paintball, do reviews, blah, blah, blah. So, things will be coming along, coming spring and stuff like that. But, I'm here to do a video for you guys today, and I'm just gonna bring up a quick topic: paintball versus airsoft. Now, I know all these people have slideshow things, and they're doing, their little slide things, and that doesn't make much sense to me. Why can't you sit here in front of a camera and give us detailed information? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rant a little bit about the topic. I am paintball biased. I love paintball. I've played airsoft. I own an airsoft gun. I've played it before, like I said. Never went to a big event for it, but I have played, and I like it. It's nice, but, I am paintball biased. I've played it a lot more. I've put thousands of dollars into paintball, probably, so here we go. So I'm just going to do my personal opinions on categories. I have a whole list right here and all that. So, okay, so as far as opportunity, and what I mean by that is the opportunity to play, I'm going to call this one a tie, kind of, because it balances itself out. When you look at paintball, you have fields that offer fun, affordable, and competitive all at the same time. But then with airsoft, I haven't really heard of very many fields or organized, things. Like, there's events around the nation and stuff, I'm sure. But most of the time, you got to travel a little bit. And for most of us, all I hear about airsoft is airsoft in the backyard, which is not competitive to me. I like to go out to a field every once in a while, play competitive paintball against people I don't know, not just my friends, and play some good paintball. So it's not as affordable for some people, though, with paintball, and that's its downfall. Fields can be a little bit expensive, and so you can also play in your backyard, but it's very competitive also if you have, teams and stuff. So, if you invite another team over, a local group of guys, you buy yourself an airball field, that's competitive play to me. So it kind of ties there. Ammo pricing, I'll have to give this one to airsoft because paintballs are ridiculously priced. Quite honestly, you can get like 20,000, whatever, you can get like 10,000 good premium airsoft BBs for like. It's ridiculous, the ratio of, like, but go figure, they're this big, paintballs are like that big, so whatever. Okay, standard of play, and what I mean by standard, so wait, the ammo pricing went to airsoft, just to clear that up if you didn't get that. So yeah, okay, moving on. Standard of play. What I mean by standard of play is the regulation of fairness for all age groups, no matter if like you're joining as a 10-year-old playing paintball, or you're already in your mid-30s or something, you're still playing paintball. I'll have to give this one to paintball because airsoft has different feet per second, different kinds of guns all across the board. Now paintball has different kinds of guns. Their feet per second is exactly the same in all guns, depending on where you play. If you're indoor, you gotta bump it down a little bit, but everyone's at the same level, so it makes it fair. So as far as standard of play and fairness, regulations, I'm going to have to give that one to paintball. And that's not really biased, that's just a fact. Gun pricing, I'd say that's a tie. I've seen airsoft guns way up in the ranges, and I've seen them way down. Your stuff you can buy at Walmart, your stuff you can go to airsoft places and buy that are very expensive guns, and I've also seen that with paintball. Walmart guns, and pro shop guns, and that's kind of a tie also. So with the guns, you pay almost alike for that. It's very, very similar. As far as clothing, harnesses, accessory money, kind of stuff like that, I'd also call that one a tie. With all the BDUs you guys buy for airsoft, all the BDUs sometimes our woods ball guys buy, I mean, it equals out. All our packs, we have to carry pods on and stuff. I'm sure you guys, your spare magazines, it all equals out, man. So I mean, I'd have to say that's a tie also. Fun, in my opinion here, paintball is a lot more fun. Airsoft I don't know. I feel like the honor system has to be used in paintball also, but especially in airsoft, because it doesn't leave a mark on you. It doesn't even tell you got hit, And also in paintball, there's that variable. If, I mean, about bounces and if it's a glance shot or whatever. I mean, that's kind of cool. That kind of gives you like extra lives kind of thing to it. Now, if you're buying brittle paint, that's a different story. But I mean, I like the whole bounce factor and luck factor. But with Airsoft, you know, you could play by the honor system, and you could say you're playing by the honor system. But if you know you're really not, you're not. People aren't being honest, then what's the point? So paintball is more fun in my opinion. Legitimate leagues. Definitely paintball, definitely. There are professional leagues all across the board for paintball. They have magazines for paintball. They have events for paintball that people attend. Thousands of people attend and watch. You know, they pack bleachers that way and X-ball fields right there, and people watch it. And the smart part's 2006 World Championships were on television, ESPN. Airsoft would never be on TV, so that's a pretty big deal. Cheaper overall, Airsoft wins on that one, I would say, just because of the ammo. Sponsors would definitely go to paintball. Sponsorship things coming in, anything. It could be a radio station, it could be Muscle Milk, you know. Paintball has a lot of stuff like that, booths at events. People come to, you know, to promote their products, and they get in with teams and they wear patches, and you know, because they have a professional league, so sponsors are bound to be bigger in paintball. So paintball wins on that. Widely known as an extreme sport, paintball. It's all over the world. Airsoft is all over the world. Paintball is even bigger. Paintball has magazines, like I said, it's on TV. You know, it's a professional sport. People are professionally trained to play paintball. I've never seen professional airsoft. I'm sure it's out there somewhere, but it's definitely not as big as professional paintball. Hot rodding, as far as if you're like a you know, kind of one of those guys that likes to take things apart and soup things up to absolute maximum level. It's close on that one, but I don't know, maybe I just don't know enough about airsoft. But paintball, you can do a lot to your gun. Depending on what kind of gun you have, you can take a gun like a Tippmann 98 if you wanted to do that, and you can absolutely spend thousands on it and make it the gun you want. Or you could do, you know, an old die matrix, and you could put an ultralight frame, new barrel, new feed neck, all that good stuff. So as far as hot rodding, maybe I'm just biased, but I would say paintball on that one. As far as a youth community for the sport, I would say that's a tie for both, because we have parents, you know, that have been playing paintball for a while. They have kids. They bring their kids out to the fields. I've seen tons of kids at fields, little kids, and little kids play paintball. And also, you know, you have these little kids with their airsoft guns. I don't know. I mean, airsoft, I guess you could say, is bigger, but predominant. I mean, in my opinion, that's pretty close. I mean, maybe if I had to decide definitively, it'd be airsoft, but it's pretty close to a tie. Overall population, as far as, you know, your whole amount of people that play in the whole world, I would have to give that one to paintball too. You know, it's in Europe, it's in Asia now, it's all over the world. You have professional teams in Russia, you have Russian Legion, you know, you got Stockholm Joy up in Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden, and you've got people all over the United States, predominantly the West and the South. Not really much here in Ohio as far as professional, but there's a lot of people around the world. Online communities, you know, you got TechPB on YouTube here. You got all these sites. M. Carter Brown. I mean, Airsoft has that too, but I feel so much like paintball has maybe that's closer to a tie. But if anything, if I had to make a definitive decision, that one's paintball. And as you can see, I'm not trying to act upset. All these people acting all upset about it. I'm not completely against Airsoft. If you play Airsoft, that's cool. Whatever. So I was just giving my opinions on a few topics. Go ahead and feel free to post a comment. Disagree, agree. Tell me what you think. So yeah, that's my little rant on paintball versus Airsoft. Again, I am paintball biased, but I do like those Airsofters out there. You know, so, alright, thanks guys.